Hey guys, welcome to another BOTB Dream Car Competition. This time we're on week 32, and in this video we'll take a quick look at week 30. We'll check the results and we'll see how the judges have fared. Now I can tell you, week 30 judging was like that. That was a spread. Anyway, let's get into the video. Well done to James Cartner, who won this cracking Lotus Miror first edition, worth more than £84,000. He looks pretty chuffed. I think I would be as well. Let's have a look at where I landed, and you can see there, zone 3 again. Now there were some of you that said my tickets weren't high enough, but when you look at the judges, you'll see that some of them were lower and some of them were quite a bit higher. So you can see here we've got this one here. Who's that? Nigel Hicks. He's went really low. And then we have Jenna Scalacci, and that's actually Matt Cannon, who's away up there. So these three were quite extreme, and the rest of them, especially Wendy Martin, Kieran Fitzgibbon and Andy Braithwaite and Liam Walsh, they were all sort of in the middle there together. The green one is Hugh Gilroy, who was right at the back. But look at the difference between Jenna Scalacci and Nigel Hicks. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. Anyway, let's get into the competition for this week. So today only, it says here, enter any competition for the chance to win an iPhone 15. 3 winners, 3 draws. So 12 PM, 3 PM and 6 PM. Now it says here, enter any competition. So I'm guessing that means it could be the lifestyle or the dream car competition. I'm not going to enter the lifestyle competition. I have done in the past, but I'm just going to stick to the dream car competition. So that is really the only thing that's tempting us for today. And yeah, the rest of the cars, there's no other special offers on them. So I'm going to do the usual and play for a car around about the 50,000 mark, and then I'll add 50,000 cash. So with that in mind, let's see, I'll probably take this Land Rover. I'm only going to play 2 tickets, and I've already got a free ticket which I've selected, where I've selected the BMW M3. So 50,000 cash times 3, less my game credit, is £7.44. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, I had a quick look earlier. And you can see here, we've only got 2 players. Well, we've actually got one in the background, but I don't think he's going to come into it much. So looking at this, I would say that both players are on the ground. I don't know if the ball's coming across, or probably, looking at this, it's probably coming down from up here somewhere, from the top right of the screen. Now, I think the best thing we can do is just draw some lines and take it from there. So you can only see one eye on this guy and one eye on this guy at the back. He's got his hands out, the player in red. He's got his hands out looking like he's waiting on the ball coming down. So let's see where we can draw the lines. So you can't really see the pupil. I don't think that's the pupil there at the edge of the iris, but we'll draw some lines anyway. And that's as good a start as any, right there. If we go to the extremes, where will the judges go to the extremes? Possibly there. Possibly as high as that. Okay, and then we'll come across to the guy at the back. Looking at that, I would say something like that. Again, we'll draw the extremes. How low would the judges go? Maybe as low as that. And how high would they go? Maybe as high as that. So that gives us quite a big spread, but if I just quickly draw our position across here, and I'm going to turn off the lines and see what that looks like. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's quite high up. It's about halfway between the top of the player's head and the top of the photograph. But it doesn't look too bad there. Let me bring in the target and I'll see what that looks like. Now, we need to modify the code for the page each time. Now, I've mentioned this before in my previous videos, the last 2 or 3. So I'm just going to show you quickly again how I do it. Credit to UK Pinsy for finding this out. But this part here, this tab, Instant Win, this was introduced by BOTB and it's messed up the code. So you need to remove this from the code. So in order to do that, you just position your mouse over it and then go to inspect. And this brings up the code. And then what we need to do is we need to go to that particular line. So the one where it says Instant Win, click on the 3 dots, and then we need to delete that element like that. Okay, then we can close it. Okay, and you can see here the Instant Wins tab's disappeared. Okay, now hopefully we should be able to use the target, and there it is. Okay, so I'll just bring this over, and there we have it. It looks something like that. There'll be some of you looking at this and shouting at me too high, and some of you will be saying too low. I get that, but you know, it depends on the judges how they play it. And looking at what I've done for the extremes or the extremities, it could be anywhere in there. Okay, we just don't know where the judges are going to put their tickets, but that looks pretty good. I'll just have a quick look again at the eyes. Okay, now with the magnifying glass, it doesn't really tell you much except give you a bigger picture of the eye. And if we look at the other guy, same thing. You can't see really what is going on there. I think the best thing to do in this situation is to look at the angle of their heads. And we know roughly the direction they're looking, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here with this target. Could it be a bit higher or could this guy be looking a bit higher up? Yes, he could. You know, it could be maybe even something like that. That looks as good, you know, it looks just as good. But I always say stick with your first instincts. So I think I'm going to leave it in that position for now. And then let me just quickly remove this target. And then I'm going to bring the lines in again. And I'll put my other 2 tickets. Maybe I'll put one closer over on this side, which is what I was looking at there. So let me just draw a quick line. I'll do a black line. from this guy here, as if he's looking, he could be looking as high as that, I think. Okay, and I'll put one cross here. Like that. And the other one, I'm tempted to just stick it in the middle between these two and maybe slightly above. So wherever it crosses that black line, I'll put it there. So on the intersection here, maybe like that. And that's what we've ended up with. I think that's okay. I mean, yes, it could be higher. Yes, it could be lower. But that's what I'm going to go for, guys. And the coordinates for that are X3171, Y1099, X3038, Y1174, and X3086, Y1095. So I wish you all the best, good luck, and thanks for watching. Cheers.